on the ancient neglected world of Orange X. The rebels have set up a staging post, which has not gone unnoticed by the local Asterian population, who have dispatched a force to clear out this area. There are a couple of key points around the battlefield that both sides will be aiming to hold. So we have 150 points of red hot, or should I say orange hot, sizzling Deadzone action. So we're going to go through the forces first of all, beginning with the Rebs. We have a rebel commander with a hollow sight. We have a rebel sniper. We have the Teraton twins, although not all twins are created equal by the looks of it. We have a full-on Teraton and kind of small runt of the litter, the Teraton shock trooper. Then we have a Craw warrior. We have 2 Yndij. And we have 2 rebel troopers. And what do we have over here on the side of the Asterians?
We've got a Black Talon Prime, that's my leader, Tactician 1. And then a normal Black Talon. These guys can fight quite well and glide and have jump packs. And then the 2 with less clothes on are 2 Kalishi. These are very fast and very good fighters in hand-to-hand combat. Unlike the rest of my army, these ones are actual people and the rest are all effectively robots. I've then got a communications drone. This doesn't do anything except gives me an extra activation dice each turn, so I can hopefully react a little bit better to what's going on the battlefield. And then I've got 2 normal ciphers, who again are robots. They can shoot very well. And at the end I've got a light missile launcher armed cipher, so he has a missile that can shoot through armour. And that's 150 points of Asterians.
So the Rebs won the recon test and were able to put a model off the table in a flanking manoeuvre. So the Teraton shock trooper is going to be coming on at the end of turn 1, ready to dish out some mini carnage, not quite as big as his big bro. And deployment, we've got the sniper and the leader, who's almost a sniper, looking out across enemy lines there. There is a big obstruction in the middle, so they can't see absolutely everything. The Yndij did start off down here, but used a scout move to climb up here. Didn't want to go any closer than that. Down here we've got Rebel Trooper, the Craw, and the other Trooper, the Teraton, and the other Yndij. No one wants to advance too much, so neither of the scout moves went forward at all. And over here you can see a big cluster of Asterians behind this tower, hiding from all the snipey action. And then these 2 just out in the open, possibly being the bait, as it were. And the command dice. So, the Rebs have got a bit of a mixture here. No extra shoot dice though, which would have been nice when the sniper's around. So that's a bit unfortunate. And the Asterians have got some combat dice, which probably will not come into play unless there's some really bizarre movement shenanigans going on. So the sniper, looking out towards the enemy, is going to be shooting all the way down there at one of the ciphers. The one on my right. So that's going to be 6 dice for the height and the extra 2 just for being a sniper, which is something I've never experienced before as a Plague player, primarily. So here we go, on 4s.
Ouch.
That is a hefty amount of 4s. That is 5 so far. 3 of them are 8s. So here we go with those exploders. Okay, I think he's going to be dead.
I got 2 at the moment.
You never know.
2. And 1 point of armour, but that is still a very dead cipher.
That's just exploded into a billion pieces there. Well, the rebel leader, inspired by the sniper's actions, has decided to attempt exactly the same thing, but with slightly less dice. So that cipher is hopefully going to explode into a billion pieces as well, as the hollow-sighted long rifle takes aim. So the leader hits on 3s. Only 3. Could be a lot worse.
Survives 3, and with the 8... So 3 survives and a point of armour. So
it lives.
Yeah. Wow.
So the sneaky cipher specialist with a missile launcher has crept up onto that wall there. He's going to be shooting all the way across at the rebel commander. So this could end badly, especially because a couple of extra dice have been thrown in as well. So the rebels throwing one in also. So here we go. So hitting on 3s.
There's an 8 there, so that's 5.
And here we go, trying to survive.
2 in a minute.
2 so far, but 1 is an 8.
2.
So the rebel commander is toast instantly. I'm sure that's a lesson that I will learn about rebels. Don't leave the commander out in the open, because she's going to get squished. It explodes into not quite 1,000,000 pieces like the Asterian did, but at least 1,000 pieces, I would say. So the Ndige, outraged by the death of the leader, has hopped up there to stare through various crevices and take aim at the perpetrator over there in the tower. So, shooting on 5s, here we go. 3.
Surviving on 5s, 2 at the minute. 2, but I have a point of armour, so I'm okay.
So the Kalishi has uncovered this medipack, which isn't useful at this stage, but that's also opened up a firing lane to the Ndige down here. So the Kalishi is going to get 1,000,000,000 dice for the clear shot here.
Only 2 hits though, because hit on 5s.
But the Ndige only survives on 6s. And that is 0. So that is 1 piece of toast. So the rebel trooper has moved up, jumped through this hole in the wall to get within range of this guy over here, who survived a long-range shot earlier. Can he survive another shot? So, shooting on 5s for the rebel trooper. We have 2.
Surviving on 5s, gets 2.
So he's fine. Not taking that lying down, he's going to shoot back at the rebel trooper down here. And shooting on 3s.
2.
And the trooper is surviving on 6s, so not very good t-shirt armour. 0. And that's
T-shirt armour.
another 1 dead. So the Craw has moved forward a bit, not looking out into the open and being gunned down like everyone else so far. And then the Asterian drone is lurking under there. So it's time for some more juicy action though, because the second rebel trooper is looking through here and is going to take a shot at the nasty Kalishi looking through that big hole in the wall there. So shooting on 5s, here we go. There's 2 so far, 1 is an 8. But there's 3.
Right, surviving on 5s. 2, so she's wounded.
A wounded Kalishi. The Black Talon moved into cover behind here, and the Teraton decided it was going to make a break to get out in the open, knowing that the Rebs will be going first in the next round. So it'll get an opportunity to jump out the way or attack someone, hopefully. Jumped onto the 2 victory point area. Then the second Kalishi moved up into the cube with her cousin, shall we say, and is going to take a shot. So the trooper is going to have to try and survive that.
So just on 5s, 2 hits.
And the trooper surviving.
6s. Oh, wounded.
So the turn is rounded off by the other Black Talon hiding down there as well. So at the end of the turn, the Teraton Shock Trooper is coming into the action right here, poised to strike potentially at the Asterian leader there. So the Teraton has scored a couple of victory points for being in this cube here, and at the start of the second round, the command dice, so the Asterians have got a nice little mixture, a couple of extra activations, movement, shoot, and splat, so that's potentially useful. And of course the Rebs are down to 3 dice now. Activation, which is nice because we'll be going first. Fight, which is nice because the Teratons are abound. And the splat, which isn't that useful at all. So the Teraton Shock Trooper, as the first activation, has gone straight into the leader, trying to strike while the iron is at least lukewarm. So, fighting on 5s. Mr. Shock Trooper. 2.
Frenzy? Frenzy 1.
And Frenzy, so... Nope.
I'm fighting back on 4s, with just 3 dice, 2. So we 0 out.
Okay, so they're just locked in combat there. So with an activation dice, the sniper is going next, looking out all the way across there at that filthy missile launcher in the tower, and of course has extra 2 dice for being a sniper, so 5 dice, here we go, on 4s. And, ooh, so 3, not bad.
So I get an extra dice for my splat, and I'll be rolling 4 dice on surviving on 5s. So 3 with an 8, 4 and a point of armour, so I'm okay.
Wow. So the Kalishi used the medikit after the sniper elected not to shoot her, and she's gone straight into this Teraton. So it's going to be a fairly even fight, this. Teraton, of course, is going to be fighting back with furious vengeance. So here we go.
So extra dice moving in. I fight on 3s with Frenzy 1. So there's the 8, and then Frenzy 1. So 4 hits.
And the Teraton on 4s. There is 2. So not as impressive.
AP 1, so 2 taken out by yours, 1 for your tough, which means 1 goes through your 1 point of armour because I've got AP 1 on my glaive.
So 1 damage to the Teraton. So the second Kalishi is moving in for the kill on the Teraton. So there's going to be quite a lot of dice stacked up now for the buddy and the wound that was dished out. So Teraton, of course, is going to try and fight back, but it might be in vain this time. Here we go.
So Frenzy 1. So that's 5 hits.
And Mr. Teraton needs a good roll now.
2 at the minute.
2, but 1 is an 8. So here we go. 3.
So 3 taken out by yours, 1 by tough. That's 1 more.
1 more wound, so he's
not
still
dead.
alive. So the rather mutated and dismembered Craw has gone into combat to help the Teraton. So he's moving in and he's got a buddy, but of course the Kalishi has a buddy as well. So here we go, the Craw on 4s. 3, not bad.
And the Kalishi on 3s with the Frenzy 1, 4, so that wounds you.
So wounds being dished down, it's not looking too healthy for the Rebs at this stage. So the missile launcher wielder has moved up a level, then he's going to shoot down all the way across the battlefield onto the sniper, trying to take out 2 of the crucial Reb models, after taking out the leader, of course. So here we go.
Hitting on 3s, extra dice for height. 3 hits.
And the sniper. 6 is to survive for the sniper. There is 1.
But he's gone.
That is a dead sniper. He's then played a shoot dice to shoot down onto the Teraton shock trooper, so the clear shot is cancelling out the fact that there is a friendly model in the cube. So here we go.
So I get 1 dice for the height then, hitting on 3s. There's an 8 there. So 4 hits. I have got AP2, so his armour won't count.
4 to survive for the shock trooper. And there is 2.
So 2 will go through, which won't kill him, but will.
So he's wounded, but not mortally yet.
Oh, that's good.
The Black Talon has moved up into this building here, and is going to be shooting at the unactivated Yindage. So here we go.
Hitting on 3s. 3 hits.
And the Yindage is only surviving on 6s. Wow, wow. So there is another one toasted. So the Teraton is activating and is going to try and take down one of these evil Kalishi. So here we go. On 4s, extra dice for size and for having a buddy in there now that the Craw swooped in.
Oh!
That is terrible. That is 0 for Mr. Teraton. So he could have just committed suicide. He could have just leapt belly first onto a Kalishi's blade.
I think he probably has. Yeah, all of them.
Yes, he has. It skewered him right through the middle, and there's going to be turtle soup all round tonight, I think. So this Cypher has climbed up to get a clear shot onto the shock trooper again, which is in a square occupied by a friendly model again, so that cancels out. So here we go, on 3s.
Oh, 1.
And the shock trooper surviving.
What's it?
Easily. So the rebel trooper hasn't got much to do over here, so taking a long shot, looking up there and taking a shot at the Black Talon up there. So here we go. Oh, there's 2. Just 2. So that's not going to be enough.
Surviving on 5s. None. So I've got 1 point of armour, but then I've got energy shield 2. So energy shield, if I get a 6 or more, then it will cancel out this dice.
So a reasonable chance.
So it doesn't get it. So actually it goes through then, and I am vulnerable, which kills me.
Wow.
That's an incredibly good shot.
Okay. Shot of the game, maybe, by the trooper. Takes 1 down. So the Black Talon Prime is going to have a go at the Teraton Shock Trooper, who of course is going to fight back. So here we go.
4s for me. 3.
And here we go. 1.
So yeah, I've got AP on my blade, so slices you apart.
The Teraton Shock Trooper is not shocked to find that he's been sliced in half. So the drone has plopped itself onto the objective at the end of the round, so they are going to pick up an extra victory point there. So it's not looking good for the Rebs at the moment as we head into the next round. The Asterians are currently on 14 points, they need 2 more to win, and the Rebs are on 6, so need a lot to win, and I've only got a wounded trooper and a wounded craw who's in a cube with 2 Kalishi. So at the start of round 3, the trooper is filled with a huge amount of confidence after that lucky shot, so he's going to have a go at the Prime, throwing an extra dice in there as well with the command dice. So here we go. And there is 2. Let's see if that can explode into another. Yes, it can. 3. Can it explode into another? Yes, 4.
Alright, I threw 1 extra dice from my splat and 1 extra dice from a normal command dice to try and survive this, because I was a little bit nervous about that last one. Surviving on 5s, 1 point of armour. I managed to save them all. So.
Wow. Phew. So, using a shoot dice to try and have another go at that. No extra dice to throw in this time, though. Oh, 2 8s.
He's a good shot, this guy.
So, here we go. Oh no, not a very good shot.
And I saved 1 and I have a point of armour, so I'm okay.
Perfectly fine. So, the missile launcher's moved up. Aimed a shot directly at this poor unfortunate lady trooper down here. So, here we go.
Extra dice for height, hitting on 3s. Just 2, but surviving on 6s.
And
saves 1.
Yep, so already wounded, so that means... Okay, it's time for the craw to go down swinging. Neither of the Kalishi are hurt, so just going to do his best. On 4s. 2.
3, friend and you're wounded, so 3s for me. There's an 8. There's another 8. And a frenzy. 5. 1 dead craw.
Well, the craw has had his other arm chopped off, and his head probably as well, so maybe he can replace it with an actual craw head at some point. So, I'm not sure what sound it should make, looking quite fish-like. So after wiping out all the Rebs, the Asterians will of course claim these victory points for sitting on the objectives, taking them way beyond the threshold requirement, and they have cleared this area of the pesky Rebs. They've purified it, and maybe their masters can move in and do a bit of renovating, I think, because it's looking a little bit worse for wear around here. And turtle soup will be served up, and I'm not sure whether most of the Asterian troops would actually be able to feast on it, with most of them being robots, but I'm sure the leader would be able to snack into that. So that is the end of that. The Rebs, their first adventure doesn't go the way they intended, but lessons were learned. Don't leave the leader out in plain sight, being the main one. And that's the main lesson to take from that, really. And don't roll really terribly with Teratons would be the other lesson, I would say. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you next time when hopefully there'll be a bit more success for the Purple Warriors.